city in Italy. One sort of obscure record that I didn't see up there, which I found useful, is alien registration files.
Okay.
If someone did become a citizen, and they were still alive in the early 40s, they had to register. And one of the unique things about Italians is they had to register twice apparently, and they had to register from an alien country, which means their photograph is there. So that's just
Where is that available for Chicago in any form?
absolutely, absolutely. It's available all over the nation. It's US, CIS, I think. But if you just search under that name, alien registration, you have to pay for a search. They give you a number, you submit it again, and then they give you a file. It's susceptible to being extracted a little bit because of privacy issues, but basically they'll give you the full file.
I do know that those alien registrations for St. Paul, Minneapolis area, I think I've seen those. Those are online. They might be on Ancestry or something, because I do have relatives who ended up there and they had to register. My whole family, the minute the war started or it was about to start, all of a sudden they got patriotic. I mean, they weren't becoming citizens necessarily in the 20s or the late teens. They waited until 1940, 41, 42, and all of a sudden, now if they had stars in the window, because I mean my great grandpa had 4 sons in the service, 1 in each branch, so he had 4 stars in the window. He did not have to prove his patriotism. He gave 4 sons to the service. Everybody else who didn't have any sons to go to the service went uh-oh, and went and ran off and started filing their papers to become citizens, so they could at least say, hey, I got some papers. And that helped them.
Again, I don't know how much truth there is to this story.
10%.
Little one I heard. My grandmother was actually born here. Her father was migrated over. But my grandfather came from Italy. Now, she told me a story. I mean,
we're down to 5% now.
That when my grandfather wanted to become a citizen, one of the questions they asked him, because it must have been pre-World War II, was if there was a war between America and Italy, which side would you fight for? And my grandfather said Italy. She told me he was confused. But I think he, he was that loyal to his home country. And she said because of that, she lost her citizenship. So here she was born here, and I show, and I'm so glad you said it because it makes sense now. He got naturalized, like, let's say he got naturalized in 1922. She didn't get naturalized till 1940, and I thought, well...
She had to reapply. Yeah, prior to 1922, actually, that's the exact year, when the husband went in and got naturalized. Prior to 1922, his wife and minor children who were born in Italy automatically got quote-unquote grandfathered in. After 1922, when Papa got naturalized, Mama had to file her own paperwork on her own anyway. But what you just said is she was born, but she was married to a quote enemy alien. He might not have been technically an enemy alien until he answered that question, and at that point, he's now an enemy alien.
Yeah, right.
So at that point, she did lose her citizenship. That is correct, because I've actually got that happening in a couple of people where the husband expatriated back to Italy, and the wife then lost her citizenship, not necessarily because she was born here. And I'm still trying to figure out, because my grandfather was born in Italy. His father is the one who died at Ellis Island, so his father never became a citizen. My grandpa never became a citizen, unless it counts through a stepfather relationship with Grumpy Guy up here, okay? So my grandma was 5th generation Chicago Irish. Irish as a shillelagh, and married him. And in 1940, he's an enemy alien too. So I'm wondering whether she was a United States citizen when she died in 2002. I really don't know. Evidently she didn't either.
Well, for naturalization papers.
What, voting, come on.
Early and often.
She still votes, come on.
Chicago, what do you expect?
Yeah, okay. I think I better stop now.
Thank you so
But,
much.
uh,